darker people were inferior to them. And why did they think this? Because they're idiots. Slavery was wrong, racism was wrong. But if you don't understand that demonizing white people is racism, read the fucking definition, you dunce. I'm sorry. I don't mean to lash out. I'm going to bring it down a notch. I apologize. But I mean, there's a level of frustration with all this garbage that is just outrageous. It's outrageous in a way that I can't even explain. Because to me, it seems to be so obvious, so readily apparent that, hey, racism against white people still racism, you douche asses. I mean, really, it is. I'm sorry if white people were the minority historically in this country and were oppressed in this country and were held in bondage, forced into slavery in this country, then this wouldn't be an argument. But because white people did bad shit in the past, which I'm sorry, I had nothing to do with, and I can promise you none of you had anything to do with, because guess what? The shit was done long before we were ever conceived. So, the worst are the white apologists. You know what? Fuck you. You cowardly chicken shit little pricks. Oh, no, white people are evil, and I'm white. I know, but I feel bad. I don't care what you feel, all right? Because here's the bottom line. Do I feel bad for slavery and for oppression? Yeah, but guess what? It was all gone by the time I got here. I'm not saying that racism was all gone. Racism clearly is alive and well, but at this point, the only racism that you see anywhere in the media is racism against white people. That is it. You're not going to see it anywhere else. You know, you're not going to see any racism against black people. It's just, it won't be there. Why? Because it's so politically incorrect that nobody will do it. And that's a good thing. But it's a bad thing that it's perfectly fine for these hypocritical mental midgets to be, Whitey's the devil. Whitey's the motherfucking devil. Yeah, okay, sorry. You know what? It's dumb. I'd bring up the whole Martin Luther King Jr. thing again, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to say, hey, guess what? The guy said, his message was clear, you asswipes. It was extremely clear. Judge people by the content of their character and not by the color of their skin. He didn't say, except white people. That's nowhere to be found. That was some Malcolm X shit way back, and then Malcolm X even changed his tune. And I can understand at that time even why Malcolm X felt that way. Because, you know, it had to be horrible having to listen to a bunch of racist assholes, redneck, peckerwood, douchebags, who, if they were walking, you'd have to get out of the way because of the color of your skin. By no fault of your own. That's the biggest thing. Is that we have to stop, and I get it. Yeah, just saying that, come on, people now, smile on your brother. I get it, right? It's not going to all just end. But it's certainly not going to end when we keep pushing it and we keep accepting it as okay. We either agree that racism is bad or we fucking don't. You can't just be like, well, we're just going to shift it now. We're going to, you know what? The racism is bad when you're talking about these fellas and these ladies over here. But if you wants to talk about the white folk, well, fucking hey, brother, let's make fun of them white folk. Well, geez, good lord, good damn shit. Fuck that, man. It's stupid. It makes no sense. It's just an excuse to hate, an excuse to whine and bitch and blame. Has there been systematic racism in the United States? Yes. You don't fight racism with racism. You can't. It's just, it makes no fucking sense. It's like, well, you know, let me simplify it for those of you who elevator doesn't go quite all the way to the top inside your little mind. I'll simplify it right now. Two wrongs don't make a right, but three lefts do. Anyway, so what else do we got? Today's Sunday? Yes. Oh, saw Deadpool 2? Oh my god. What a fantastic film. I give it 4 peanuts on a scale of 3 peanuts. Man, Ryan Reynolds is funny. Good lord, that man is funny. I've been a huge Ryan Reynolds fan since, honestly, it's been since, well, looking back, Van Wilder. Van Wilder was the shit, yo. So how you doing? Good? Oh, that's fantastic. Glad to hear it. Oh, I'm sorry about your grandma. Yeah? No? Whatever. Anyway, we keep dodging these apocalypses, man. It's, I suppose it's a good thing. But you know, at some point you're just like, oh, God, when is this ride going to come to a full and complete stop? I'm nauseous. I have a headache. Oh, well, hang in there, brothers and sisters, because, you know, someday. Or, hey, on the plus end, on the positive side, on a brighter note, on a post-it note, maybe, I don't know. Things could get better. They are kind of sort of getting better in certain ways, and then they're kind of sort of getting worse in certain ways. So, I know that I have been traditionally on this podcast, on this man, I need to come up with some good puns. This facade of fuckery, but, you know, there's some good things happening in the world, and then there's some shit things happening in the world, and, you know, that Texas shooting is a dog shit thing, that's terrible, you know, again. And of course, now, what was it? Fucking, some ex-Obama official talking about how you should boycott schools now until we get gun reform. Hey, how about fuck you in the face? How about, why don't you eat some battery acid dipped glass shards, you ass monkey? Because here's the thing. I have yet to hear a valid argument from anybody about how further gun control would actually prevent any of this shit. So if you can't provide a valid argument for your position doesn't count. It's worthless. You can't just say, I think that we should be able to ride on top of monkeys. Now, I know they can't carry the weight of most people, and that's sad because they die. But some monkeys is tough sons of bitches, and we should be able to ride on them monkeys. Well, unless you have a valid argument as to why that's a reasonable idea, well, you know, it's a snot rag, man. It's garbage. It's useless. And I get it. Liberals don't like guns, and I shouldn't say liberals, you know, because that's not. I am generalizing, and for that I apologize. But most liberals don't like guns. I don't know what to say there. It's part of the platform, yo, brother. Anyway, And that's the thing is, I don't even own a gun. I mean, seriously, I don't own a gun. I do not have a dog in the fight, man. But I also think that because you don't like something and because it just happens to be part of the platform under which you fly your pretty colored flag, that you should be arguing for something that you can't justify and you can't make a rational argument for and a reason why it would be helpful or beneficial in any way, then just shut your mouth. I mean, seriously. Should we go back to the MS-13 being called animals by the president, and then Nancy Pelosi, who believes so fervently in the right, and honestly, I mean, it sounds like she believes that not just in the rights of women to have abortions, but she believes that it's a good thing. At least that's what it sounds like. It sounds like it's that's a good idea. Hey, you know what? We don't want you ladies to have children. I mean, we don't mind if you get knocked up, but just kill them off right away. And then, God forbid, if you do have any kids, don't get married. No, raise them by yourselves. What the fuck are you talking about? Being the product of a single parent home, raised by my mom, I can tell you that, guess what? Not a great idea. My mom did the best that she could, but a single parent home also means a single income home, and it also means a single person attempting to juggle work and raising their children and just fucking life. And it's hard. It's clearly hard. I'm glad I've never had to do it. But it's hard, man. I mean, and we were poor. I mean, we was po, and it's not a good idea. If you think it is a good idea, do the math. 2 incomes, better than 1 income. 2 parents, better than 2 parents. Or, I meant the 1 parent there. Oh, what else is there in this beautiful, lovely world? Well, AI. Our AI masters should be ascending soon, I suppose. I don't know. But AI is coming to pass, ladies and gentlemen. It is coming faster than you would believe. One of the things that I'd seen the other day was the self-sustaining AI controlled so whatever robots that DARPA is working on. So DARPA's working on robots that no, at least they had been. Apparently they scrapped the project. Yeah, right. Yeah, because the military industrial complex, yeah, they scrap shit. Absolutely, for sure. What happens is if anything's controversial, like say flying saucers, they just don't tell you about it and they hide the shit for 50 years. And what happens then is we remain subservient to fossil fuels with archaic technologies just so that we can keep feeding the pig, which by the way, the pig is the financial elite. But yeah, so, but no, these are robots that run on any type of I suppose biofuel, biological matter that can be consumed and burnt for fuel, burnt for energy. And so Secure Team 10 video on Secure Team 10 on YouTube, which is, check it out, man, it's a fun channel. But Tyler's talking about on that video how, these robots could, in theory, and eat corpses, eat human beings for fuel. Which I suppose, yeah. I mean, it's biological material. You cause it to decay and whatever. You can burn stuff. In fact, I'm just now about to drive right by a biofuel facility. There it is. Hey, yo. But yeah, it's pretty amazing. There's fantastic things in this world. What else do we have? Oh.